Good morning, children. Welcome to your History Civics class. Till now, we were doing history, but today we will start first chapter of civics, that is rural local self-government. But before starting the chapter, let's understand the meaning of civics. Civics actually means the rights and duties of a citizen. Fine. Study of civics helps us to be aware, responsible, and law abiding. It tells us about the different organs of our government, which is legislative, executive, and judiciary, that makes laws for our country, enforces, and it tells us about the constitution also. We all know that India is a democratic country with federal structure, which means it has government at central level as well as state level, and along with these two levels we have a local self-government also. Fine. So there are three types of government. First is central government, then comes state government, and thereafter local self-government. Now what is this local self-government? By local self-government we mean administration or looking after a locality by the residents of the locality through different bodies like Panchayat Raj, then municipal corporation and municipalities. And this local self-government works at two levels. First is rural and the second one is urban, which means first one is working at village level, and second, the urban is working at cities. Now let's see. Here we go. I have told you the type of government in India: central government, state government, and local self-government. Look at this. There are two types of local self-government. First is rural, which looks after the villages, and the second one is urban, that take care of cities and towns. Now we'll see the importance of local self-government, why it is needed. It gives practical experience in the art of running the government. It promotes self-reliance and sense of responsibility among people. It relieves the burden of central and state government. Along with it, it provides an opportunity to the people to participate and solve their problems. It helps us in training people to run the government. It also decreases the dependence of people on the state and central government. Yes, now look at this. In this chapter we'll study rural local self-government, which works at three levels, that is Jilla Parishad, the topmost level, then comes Panchayat Samiti at block level, and finally Gram Panchayat at village level. So we'll start from bottom to bottom, that is Gram Panchayat village level. And here it is the structure of urban local self-government. First, the top is municipal corporation, then municipal council, and finally the Nagar Panchayat. And here at bottom, what is there? Nagar Panchayat. So first of all, we are doing rural local self-government, means we are going to talk about village. So we will start with Gram Panchayat. Look at this, Gram Panchayat. It works at village level. Now Gram Panchayat, it consists Gram Sabha, Gram Panchayat, Nyay Panchayat, head of the Panchayat, and government official. In this Gram Panchayat we are going to study about these. Now what is this Gram Sabha? It consists of all adults of the village. Then Gram Panchayat, it is an organization of elected members, and who elects these members? These members are elected by the adults of the village, and that too for the duration of 5 years. Now Nyay Panchayat, it is meant for resolving minor disputes and to provide speedy justice. Head of the Gram Panchayat, there is a head of the Gram Panchayat called Sarpanch, or he or she is also known as Pradhan of the village. And finally, a panchayat secretary is there who is appointed by the government to look after whether the gram panchayat is working properly or not. It look after the records of gram panchayat. Now we will see various functions of gram panchayat. First is compulsory and the second one is voluntary functions. Now in compulsory functions, public amenities, helping farmers and administrative functions are there. We will start with public amenities. To provide clean drinking water, to mend fences of public wells, tanks and tube wells, to provide health facilities through health centers, dispensaries, etc. Maintenance of roads and street lights. All these are the public amenities. And then comes helping farmers, to provide better seeds and fertilizers, to provide irrigation facilities, to provide treatment centers for the cattle, programs to grow more food, bringing wasteland under cultivations. These are the ways through which they help the farmers. Then comes administrative functions. For that, maintenance of all birth and death records, supervision of primary schools of the village, provision of social, technical, vocational, adult or non-formal education, reporting of complaints against lower government officials to higher officials as well. These are the administrative functions. Now we will see voluntary functions. The voluntary functions are performed when the budget permits. It's not compulsory, it's not mandatory. The construction and regulation of markets and organizing village markets and sports events, setting up libraries and maintain them. These are the functions. It is the gram panchayat does only when it is possible for them. That is why budget permits, the word is here given, that if their budget allows, then only they do all such activities. Constructing free irrigation facilities and solving minor irrigation problems, the sinking of wells and excavation of ponds and tanks. These are the voluntary functions of the gram panchayat. Now we will see sources of income, because for performing their duties and functions they need money, and from where they get money? Taxes on houses, shops, fairs and markets. Then comes fees for registration of sale and purchase of cattle, income from sale of property and government grants. These are the sources through which gram panchayat gets income for doing their work. Now here at this point of time I would like to tell you that rural local self government that we are doing right now is also known as Panchayati Raj system, and it has a three tier structure. First is gram panchayat, then comes block samiti, and finally the Jilla Parishad. Today we have done gram panchayat. In our next class we'll do block samiti as well as Jilla Parishad. Fine. So that's all for today.